One, please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened. Hands, arms, and legs inside the vehicle. Please, supervise children. Thank you.
Por favor, permanezcan sentados con el cinturón de seguridad.
And I'm your automated vehicle. Welcome to the test track.
We've always been dreaming about the road to tomorrow.
And now, we set a course for the future.
Before we can visualize tomorrow, we have to start by looking at the world of today a little differently.
That's where I can help. Let me show you how I see the world.
By using advanced infrared sensors, vehicles are constantly scanning the road ahead, helping to prepare us for any surprises. Nicely done.
Surprises, huh? I was built for this.
Tomorrow's roads will be built with technology too, like inductive charging to help keep you powered up.
Smart road activated. Power transfer complete.
Smart roads are just the beginning. Imagine being able to customize your vehicle at home.
Can I show them?
Go for it. First, select a new vehicle model.
What about this one?
Good choice. Now let's see how it looks.
Look, let's try another. That was good with the third row.
And here's one I think you'll really love.
Oh, I can get used to this.
Now how about we kick back and enjoy the ride?
Sure, it's always fun to be free.
Watch out!
I told you, I got this.
But our road might have had some twists and turns, but the future is always just around the corner.
And together, we keep moving forward, finding new ways to drive to a brighter tomorrow.
Ready to see what else lies beyond the horizon?
Let's go.
Originally opening 26 years later, Test Track has gone through a series of changes over the years. However, it's done so in a way to help keep the core elements the same, while keeping it refreshed, modernized, and improving upon the story, each with their own take, helping provide a new ride experience every couple of years. This is something that is due in part to their partnership with General Motors, who is the one paying for such investments and is the sponsor of the attraction. However, they don't necessarily always strike gold, as when it came to Test Track 1.0, it was a great story in a way to provide classic entertainment and an education value to it, with some providing a unique story in which you are the test dummy, something that has not been done before in a ride and felt really unique and fresh, while also providing a way for General Motors to provide some highly themed areas, but also being able to leave some areas open and vacant, as you are in a testing warehouse. While this was fun, over time though, the concept did eventually become outdated, and it was time for a new modern take. And I did love Test Track 2.0, although Test Track 1.0 was drastically better, as well I did enjoy the modern aesthetic of 2.0, as well as the unique aspect of designing your own car and seeing how it raced against the others in the real world was very fun and interesting. a lot of the sets inside that ride were rather bland and just 2D, often leading to a lack of depth as well as an overall decrease in the ride experience. Thankfully though, we now have to deal with Test Track 2.0 forever, as now that Tron is available, providing a similar aesthetic. General Motors thought it'd be a good time as well and refresh Test Track once again, bringing a new modern take on the aesthetic, so providing a great modern version of the ride, but doing so in a way that incorporates today's technology as well as highly themed sets. What we got was a story about education of how a car system works and how today's modern world is changing to help improve for it, to help make the cars of the future. And I really love all the improvements outside of the story that were done here. As well, the story was great. It really is these set elements that go and showcase and tell that story to really help convey its impact to guests. One of these great scenes was a combination of projection mapping and LEDs to show the LiDAR scanners used in cars. Another great use of modern technology in the ride was in that ending sequence, in which the 360 projection dome was a great way to really utilize the space to its full advantage, as well as providing that big wow moment to the set, as well as 2.0, which did an okay job with some light up elements that were nice. Having this fully immersive area is a massive upgrade and worth the visit to Test Track alone. Likewise, the ending finale is still fun and thrilling. However, I can't help but wonder why they didn't go and really upgrade and invest such seeming that you saw in the projection dome and incorporate it into that section of the ride, as you could be zooming through the city. However, I do think it was another sign of budget cuts, as outside of still keeping this outdoor portion outdoors, they did not add much seeming elements to the outdoor portion, only seeing minor changes from the previous version. That said though, the fun, thrilling speed aspect of the ride helps make up for it, but it could be so much better if they did invest in some seeming. However, not all the areas of the new attraction were magical, as there are still some of those areas that felt lacking. However, a lot of these areas still provide some wow moments that are done at a much smaller scale that I wish would be improved later on. However, due to these areas being a smaller portion of the ride, made up by a much bigger ride experience, now with fully immersive seeming and sets and modern technology, I can overlook these small areas. They also improved other areas of the ride experience as well, helping remove certain elements from the old ride to really provide a more magical queue and on-ride experience, like a window in which guests get to see ride vehicles on the track, and those ride vehicles get to look out onto the queue. Overall, I find 3.0 to be a fantastic version of the ride that brings it back to the 1.0 level of quality, and if not better, and is a much more modern take and version that helps the ride still live on today, helping provide a combination of a thrilling ride with immersive and educational dark ride portions.